Are you sure about this? I'm not sure that people are going to fall for it, you know, but okay, we'll give it a go. Hello and welcome to Bachmann Europe's Winter 2025 British Rail... Sorry, I'm not doing this. Hello and welcome to Bachmann Europe's Winter 2025 British Railway announcements. You may have noticed I'm not Richard, I'm only covering for today, but rest assured normal service will be resumed soon. Well, it's been quite a year for Bachmann so far, with our spring, summer and autumn announcements offering no fewer than 8 new tooling projects across our model railway ranges. We've got 3 more for you today, which takes that total to an impressive 11. Now, some of these projects included separate types and classes, such as the Graham Farish Modified Haul and Haul class, or the EFE Rail Class 313 and 314 announced on Monday. So that number is technically even higher than 11. Now you may have noticed that as the British Railway announcements have grown, we've announced a number of new tooling projects or significant news stories, such as the major upgrades to the Branchline Class 47, away from this regular quarterly slot. Doing this gives us the flexibility to focus fully on these projects and ensures that these quarterly videos remain at an enjoyable length as we wrap up the rest of the Bachmann news and less high-profile announcements. That said, there's always a chance that a new tooling announcement might sneak its way into these quarterly videos, so it's always worth watching right till the very end, just in case. So, what have we got for you this time? We start today with news from the Bachmann Collectors Club. Back in September, we enjoyed a very successful visit to the Bowness and Kinneil Railway for the club's 2025 Members' Day. Here we revealed the latest Bachmann Branchline new tooling steam locomotive, the Caledonian Railway Class 439 tank, with the sole surviving prototype looking on. These models are being produced initially for Rails of Sheffield, the Scottish Railway Preservation Society and Railway Icons. See their relevant websites for further details. Today we're delighted to launch the club's winter sale with some huge savings on a range of club limited edition models and multi-packs. These see up to 57% off the recommended retail prices, and these special sale bargains are available for club members only. Not yet a member? Well, right now, more than 2 dozen sale items have savings ranging from £39 to £135 off the RRP. Why not join today and purchase any of these special offer items for an instant saving on the non-member's price? And with club membership starting at just £29.99, why not join today and purchase any of these special offer items for an instant saving on the non-member's price? What's more, you get a full range of club benefits for the next 12 months too. For our next Club Limited Edition model, we've had several requests for a certain RTC liveried locomotive. For now though, we're delighted to present this model of Mark I Laboratory 10. The real Lab 10 coach started life as a Mark I brake second open, and with new tooling for the BSO recently added to the Branchline range, we've taken full advantage of it to produce Laboratory 10 in its iconic Railway Technical Centre red and blue livery. The model costs £67.95, but club members receive their 10% discount, making the members' price just £60.95. The model is in stock and available to order for immediate dispatch now. Turning to our new main range items for this winter, we begin with the Graham Farish N scale range, for which we launched the brand new models of the Great Western Railway's Haul and Modified Haul class locomotives just ahead of the International Engage show back in September. Our launch video was shot at the superb Didcot Railway Centre, and you can watch that after these announcements by clicking the link below. Our original collet hauls represent the first time that high-fidelity models of this iconic class, with features like locomotive drive, Next 18 DCC interface and sound-fitted options, have been made available in N scale. Meanwhile, the modified haul has never before been available in N. Both models feature a wealth of detail with separately fitted parts, intricate decoration and a high technical specification. The first 2 hauls that we're making depict 2 BR lime green locomotives, with number 4962 Ragley Hall in early BR livery, and preserved number 4936 Kinlet Hall carrying the late crest. Turning to the modified halls, we've selected another preserved example, number 6960 Raveningham Hall, to carry its Great Western livery as it appeared at the S&D 150 celebrations in 1975. And so this model also forms part of our Railway Celebrations range. Completing the lineup is number 7904 Fountains Hall, wearing BR line black livery with early emblem. All of our halls and modified halls come in both standard and sound-fitted formats, and our initial models are coupled to collet tenders. However, we have tooled the later Hawksworth tender, and this will be used for future production runs. Staying with steam, and we welcome back the South Eastern and Chatham Railway C Class 060 for a second production run with new identities. What's more, these models will be available with sound-fitted options for the first time. 2 models are being produced, with number 4 of the SE&CR decorated in the railway's attractive lime green livery, and this is joined by number 31579 in BR Black Lake Crest livery. For the modern scene, the Class 66 has been a staple part of the Graham Farish range for many years. The latest Graham Farish sheds depict number 66124 in DB Cargo Red, Freightliner 66515 and 66730 Whitemore, which carries GBRF Europort livery. New rolling stock comes by way of these colourful 24-ton ore hopper wagons, with models in the yellow livery of Cadbury Bourneville and the red of Stanton. Both liveries are available with a choice of 2 running numbers. A trio of nuclear flask wagons complete the Graham Farish lineup this winter, as the highly detailed FNA wagons return to the range with 2 Era 8 examples available. One depicting a wagon with the flat floor and the other with a sloping floor. The third version is for post-privatisation modellers and is finished in DRS blue. In all cases, the wagons are loaded with a nuclear flask. We round off this winter's N-scale offerings with the return of the simple-to-use platforms and ramps, which are sold in packs of 4 and 2 respectively. These are joined by a depot crane from Scenecraft, and this intricate model will be available with a black or grey paint finish. We'll stay with Scenecraft to kick off our 00 scale announcements for winter 2025, with the first offering being the Railway House, which comes in blue and white or green and cream colour schemes. Further accommodation comes in the form of the transport cottages. This brick building with blue woodwork partners ideally with the toll office. We will also be producing this attractive duo with a whitewash finish and black woodwork, ideal for adding to both rural and urban scenes. For station scenes we have the rural station in maroon and cream, which provides a perfect station building for small to medium locations. Meanwhile, we welcome back the Art Deco platform centre building, subway building and end building, which can be used together to fit seamlessly in an urban setting. For more modern layouts, the metal platform shelter is the kind of structure you might expect to find at many stations today, and our model comes with red or blue and grey paintwork. As for platform furniture, our pack of 4 Network Southeast platform lamps are ideal to enhance any modern scene with their striking colour and double-headed lamps. We're adding another signal box to the range this winter, and this time it's the characterful building based on a BR Eastern region brick-built design. This model comes with white paintwork or with blue railings and doors. Our 2-storey office block has endless applications and could be used in a trackside setting or away from the railway for commercial offices as part of industrial scenes, for example. This model comes with blue or red painted cladding. For those who like to add details to their layouts, we welcome the return of 2 smaller items. The lifting jacks, which come in a pack of 4 and are useful for any depot or maintenance facility, and the commercial lid skips, essential for every scene from heavy industry to modern campsites and everything in between. Now, you may have seen that our range of Luxton and Wigmore buildings has grown over the last few years, and today we're delighted to reveal their true purpose as we launch the Luxmore Vale 00 scale layout mat. This full colour layout mat gives a bird's eye view of a stunning model railway, which you can recreate as a fun and fulfilling project for all ages. The layout mat will be included with all future Bachmann Branchline train sets, or you can purchase it separately, then add your track using our 4 track packs. This means you can grow your layout bit by bit from a simple oval to the final design, with its multiple starting points and destinations to provide unlimited operating potential. Each of our Luxton and Wigmore buildings has been designed to fit perfectly onto the Luxmore Vale layout mat, and you can add these one at a time to bring your layout to life. Add the finishing touch with the Luxmore Vale Scenescape, a 5-piece full-colour card backdrop which is self-supporting and gives the illusion that your trains are travelling between 2 distinct areas, Luxton and Wigmore. The first Branchline train sets featuring our layout mat will be revealed in spring 2026. Before we look at what's new from Bachmann Branchline, let's take a quick look at the latest 00 scale buses from EFE Road. 4 new Alexander Y-type models were announced by the EFE Road team at the Isle of Wight Bus Museum's White Rider event last month. These are based on the large window AY-type coach tooling and feature mirrors for the first time. Two of the models represent examples working with Scottish operators, one in Strathtyne Scottish blue and orange, and another in Highland Scottish red livery. The second pair are based on Y-types that worked in England, with the first wearing the red and white livery of Potteries most attraction in its National Bus Company days. The other model depicts the striking yellow livery of Stephenson's of Uttoxeter, advertising its services to Blackpool, North Wales, Skegness and the South Coast. Also included in this batch are two limited edition Y-types for TTC diecast, more details of which can be found on their website. And so we come to Bachmann Branchline, where today we're starting with the return of our sales area exclusive models. These provide area retailers with a model that is available exclusively from them and a small number of other regional retailers, rather than every Bachmann stockist nationwide and overseas. The subject of our latest round of sales area exclusive models are Class 150 two-car DMUs, and we have some new liveries and variants for each of our 4 regional models. For Scotland and the north of England, the popular Northern livery adorns the Class 150/1 for the first time. This subclass is characterised by the smooth cab ends without gangway doors. The next Class 150/1 will be available from retailers in central England and North Wales, and this sees the latest London North Western Railway livery adorn our 150 for the first time. This model forms the perfect partner to our latest Class 350-0 unit in matching LNWR livery. Next we head to East Anglia and the South East, where you'll be able to purchase this Class 150/2 in Anglia livery, another livery that's never before appeared on the Branchline 150. And this 150/2 is fitted with gangway doors at either end, giving a contrasting appearance to the 150/1s. Finally, for South Wales, the West Country and the South West, we have the contemporary Transport for Wales colour scheme carried by 150/2 number 150213, the perfect match for our Class 158 DMU in the same livery. Now we have the return of the multi-award winning Class 47, which first debuted in 2021. Our brilliant brush is better than ever and now features the backup stay-alive system, new body-mounted snowplows, and we've also refined the fit and finish of the cab glazing too. For our sound-fitted models, the new dual-fitted XL speaker system has been fitted, which includes our new enhanced bass reproduction speaker, a genuine patented Tang Bang component, which incorporates a passive radiator design. This ensures that the entire suite of authentic sounds, which are loaded onto pre-installed ESU Locksound V5 DCC sound decoders, are reproduced with full depth and clarity. The Ultimate 47s are our sound-fitted deluxe examples, which boast our best specification yet thanks to the addition of our DCC-operated auto-release couplings, alongside the tinted windscreen glazing and rotating radiator fans, for which the independent motor and gearbox has been totally redesigned to fit alongside the new dual-fitted XL speaker system. We visited Class 47 fan David Watson and his Dean Park layout to showcase the full suite of improvements and reveal our next new models, and we've got 2 more to add to the lineup today. For more on our brushed up 47s, head over to the Dean Park Model Railway channel after this video. The 2 models joining the lineup for the first time today are BR Green machines, and both carry the 2-tone livery with small yellow panels. And we've listened to the countless requests by modelling these locomotives with Cirque twin opening radiator shutters, as opposed to the original 3-piece fixed radiator grills. Number D1922 was originally allocated to the Western region, but later moved to Eastleigh, becoming one of just a small batch of 47s to spend time allocated to the Southern region. A much greater number of 47s, or brush type 4s as they were originally known, worked on the London Midland region. D1940 was one such example, allocated to London Midland region Western Lines area, and indeed from here it could be seen working into Western region territory on occasion. Fast forward a decade or more, and our next Class 47s are carrying BR Blue livery, sporting plated headcode panels, and this pair are fitted with high-intensity headlights too. In this condition, we have numbers 47226 and 47238. Both are Class 47/0s, denoting that they once had steam heating capabilities. Another 47/0 comes in the form of 47280, which carries the original rail freight livery, which was introduced from 1982 and consisted of all-over grey with yellow cabs, red buffer beams and a large white BR double arrow on the body side. Rail Express systems had a dedicated fleet of 47s to work push-pull services in conjunction with propelling control vehicles, and these Class 47/7s are represented by number 47791 Venice Simplon Orient Express. This example sports the characteristic features of the Res 47/7s, with cab front TDM jumper cables recreated with fine metal wire, LED tail lights complete with their multifaceted lenses, and extended range fuel tanks. Completing the Class 47 lineup for now is West Coast Railway's number 47826, carrying the company's signature maroon livery, a loco that can still be found on the national network today. Like all of our West Coast models, number 47826 is matched to official colour samples and references supplied by the operator itself. Every Class 47 comes in a choice of 3 formats, and as far as pricing goes, our standard models still have an RRP of £239.95, even with all the enhancements we've brought to the Branchline 47 since our last production run. On the subject of Class 47s, we're pleased to report that 2 limited edition commissions have also been produced with this batch. The first of these is Type 4 number D1676 Vulcan, which has been commissioned by the Model Centre, or TMC, of North Yorkshire. The model carries BR two-tone green with full yellow ends, as carried by the locomotive during its time at Stratford. The first time that this colour scheme has been applied to the new Branchline 47 tooling. Another fresh livery for the new Branchline 47 is the revised Network South East livery worn by 47/4 number 47521, which has been produced exclusively for Kernow Model Railway Centre. Both exclusives will be available in standard, sound-fitted and sound-fitted deluxe options, and pre-orders can be taken on the respective websites now. While we're talking limited editions, Kernow Model Railway Centre has also commissioned a Cornish engine house in 00 scale from the Scenecraft range, details of which are again available on the Kernow website. Meanwhile, the Merchant Navy Locomotive Preservation Society, owner of Bullied Pacific number 35028 Clan Line, has teamed up with Bachmann to produce a model of the locomotive support coach, Mark IIA BFK Mercator. This model was announced at the Greatest Gathering back in August, and see their website for details. Finally, a change of gauge but not of scale, as the Ballylake Railway has commissioned a 009 scale model of its 1898 built ex-de Norwich Hunslet George B, which is being produced as part of the next run of quarry Hunslets that are expected in late 2026, early 2027. Once again, see the Railway's website for more information. Right, back to the main Branchline range, and our next diesel for this winter is a type that has never been produced ready to run in 00 scale before. Our Class 13 diesel shunter was announced in early October, and represents this most distinctive class of 3 master and slave super shunters that were created from pairs of Class 08s to work the hump shunting yard at Tinsley Marshalling Yard. They first entered service in 1965, and with careers spanning almost 20 years, the Class 13 has been a missing link in the BR diesel story for too long. The Branchline models comprise 2 fully functional motorised units to ensure that these 00 scale marvels have the same performance and power to match their real-life counterparts. A full suite of lighting is fitted at either end, along with a cab light in the master unit, all of which can be operated by both analogue and DCC users. Both master and slave units feature a Plux 22 DCC decoder to provide complete functionality across both units, while a discrete 2-pin connector is employed so that sound-fitted and sound-fitted deluxe models can be fitted with a single sound decoder in the master unit, yet still play authentic sounds through speakers in both the master and slave. Both units employ the backup stay alive system, while sound-fitted deluxe models also sport auto-release couplings at the outer ends too. You can learn more about the new Class 13 models and see the decorated samples at work in an interview with Richard Proudman on the Key Model World YouTube channel from 12 PM on Friday the 7th of November. The first of the 2 models arriving this winter depicts number D4502 in BR green with wasp stripes which adorn both ends of the master and the front of the slave unit too, just like on the real locomotive. However, our second Class 13 takes us into the BR Blue era, and following the implementation of the Total Operations Processing System, or TOPS, we have number 13003, which is decorated with wasp stripes at each end of both the master and slave, again as per the prototype. Production is already complete, and the models are on their way with delivery expected before the end of the year. Recommended retail prices for what is effectively a twin pack of high fidelity locomotives start at £399.95. These models are unlikely to be repeated, and with several versions already close to selling out, don't delay in ordering yours now. Moving on to rolling stock, and we have 3 new versions of the LMS 20-ton planked ventilated van. One carries original LMS livery, and the second is finished in the attractive blue livery of Express Dairy Company. The trio is completed by this military example in green with army markings. Next we see the return of the press flow bulk powder wagons. These Branchline wagons are exquisitely detailed and are made from a multitude of components, including full underframe pipework replicating the real wagons. 2 cement carrying wagons are rated at 22 tons each and carry BR bauxite livery, one each with blue circle bulk cement and tunnel cement branding, the latter having a weathered finish. The third model is something a little different, being finished in the blue livery of ICI, Imperial Chemical Industries, and used to carry bulk salt with a 20-ton payload. Further hoppers come in the form of a pair of BR 20-ton grain hoppers. These were used to transport grain, often to maltings and breweries, or between the two, moving one of the key ingredients for beer brewing. One of our models carries BR grey livery with accurate details supporting oil axle boxes and no provision for vacuum brakes, and the other is in BR bauxite, representing one with through vacuum pipe and roller bearing axle boxes. Our penultimate new Branchline wagons are the anchor-mounted tank wagons, with 5 new models being produced. Wagons with a 20-ton capacity are modelled in the silver and red of Mobile, and we also have a second ICI blue wagon carrying the company's distinctive logo. 3 14-ton varieties are finished in the silver and red livery of FINA, black with bold orange lettering depicting a wagon used by the National Coal Board or NCB, and our final tanker is finished in black with white lettering for the Co-op Margarine Works at Higher Earlham. Concluding our Branchline offerings this winter are 3 new models of the BR car flat wagons, and we have a pair finished in BR blue with motor rail branding, a BR initiative launched in 1966 to provide British holidaymakers with long-distance train services where they could take their car on holiday with them without the long drive. The final car flat has a more contemporary feel and is one of the wagons built for Railies in 1979. These were generally used for new vehicle deliveries, and these wagons could be seen in block trains combined with other car transporters or even on their own in Speedlink services at times. We move to EFE Rail now, and for our first announcement we're delighted to welcome back the award-winning 00 scale Placer 12-ton yob crane, which was released to great acclaim in the summer of 2024. These general-purpose diesel hydraulic cranes return with 2 iconic liveries, beginning with DRP 81515, which sports BR departmental yellow in 1970s as-built condition, complete with BR logos. At the other end of the spectrum, we have crane DRP 81517, which is one of those that remains in service with Balfour Beatty, and as such carries that company's contemporary white and blue livery. Although non-motorised, these cranes are highly detailed with many separately fitted parts, and they also come with an accessory pack containing additional detailing parts. And so we come to our final new tooling announcement today, the EFE Rail Class 313 and 314 electric multiple units, which were unveiled by Hornby magazine just 2 days ago on Monday the 3rd. You can watch the launch video by clicking the link below after this. The 313s and 314s are part of the so-called PEP family, and the EFE Rail models mark the first time that any PEP family EMUs have been produced ready to run in 00 scale. The story of BR's second generation EMU began in the early 1970s when British Rail built 3 prototype electro-pneumatic PEP units, which led to the PEP family, which began with the Class 313s built from 1977 and included the Class 314s built 2 years later. The EFE Rail models cater for both classes, the most notable differences being the pantograph and third rail shoe gear on the dual voltage Class 313s compared to the Class 314s, which collected power from overhead lines only. Each unit comprises 3 highly detailed vehicles, featuring precision moulded body shells adorned with separate detailing parts and an extensive collection of underfloor equipment. The centre vehicle provides drive with a pair of coreless motors mounted within the die-cast metal chassis, and this vehicle also houses the Plux 22 DCC decoder socket and a pre-fitted speaker. One decoder controls both motors and the lighting in all three vehicles. Both analog and DCC users can enjoy interior and directional lights, including head code and destination blinds, while on DCC much of the lighting can be controlled independently, while door interlock lights can be turned on and off using a function key. Liveries on both classes cover Era 7 through to Era 9. Beginning with the Class 313s, we start with number 313034, which carries BR blue and grey livery with full yellow ends and the BR double arrow on the driving cars. The same livery adorns classmate number 313036, the condition in which it entered service on inner suburban services between London and Welling or Hertford. Blue and grey is also carried by number 313201, although this time as an Era 9 retro repaint for Southern. This unit, originally Class Pioneer number 313001, was repainted in late 2017, although the passenger doors were all in grey to meet modern accessibility requirements. Another classic livery is carried by our next two Class 313s, Network South East. The revised version of the popular red, white and blue colour scheme is worn by number 313018 and number 313026. Into Era 9 proper now, with two contemporary liveries for this long-lived class. Number 313211 wears Southern's green and white livery as working coastway services to the east or west of Brighton, while number 313114 carries Silverlink Metro colours as worn by some of the class up to the end of the Silverlink franchise in 2007. Our next 313 takes us back to the early years of privatisation, as number 313024 is depicted in the short-lived purple livery of West Anglia Great Northern. And we conclude our 313 offering with number 313121, which will surely be popular, carrying as it does Network Rail Test Train Yellow. The unit was converted in 2013 to enable Network Rail engineers to test the new European Rail Traffic Management System. As with the new EFE Road Y-type buses, we head to Scotland for EFE Rail's new Class 314 releases. First up is number 314202, which is adorned with the unmistakable orange and black livery of BR's Strathclyde Passenger Transport Executive. This is followed by sister unit number 314201 in the later carmine and cream livery of the Strathclyde Passenger Transport Authority. We wrap up the Class 314s with two more units at either end of their careers around Glasgow. ScotRail's Saltire Blue livery looks well on number 314212, which was the final livery worn by the class before their withdrawal in 2019. Meanwhile, number 314211 goes back to their early years, this time being finished in BR Blue and Grey. All of the Class 314s differed from their 313 cousins in not having the third rail pickup apparatus. Well, that's all for today, which neatly wraps up another bumper year for Bachmann Europe. We hope you like what you've seen, and if you have, why not consider signing up for our digital newsletter or subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can receive all the latest Bachmann updates and news. Richard will be back next year for more British Railway announcements, and full details of the items you've seen today will be available on the Bachmann website, where you can also find details of your nearest Bachmann stockists. If you can, please support your local Bachmann retailer, especially on the run up to Christmas. I think that's your lot for today. Bye for now.